So we started about 30 years ago. It's a non-profit organization, Institute of Directors. While I think more participants are joining us, you will tell me when to stop. I will,
Yeah,
in the
I
meanwhile,
will,
uh,
I will just,
meanwhile, I can just introduce Institute of Directors to all of you. So Institute of Directors was founded about 30 years ago by one Mr. Madhav Mehra. It is a non-profit organization based out of Delhi with a uh, board which comprises of the chairman, who is the former Chief Justice of India, and also chaired by one former Vice Chief of the Indian Army. So this is the profile of people that we have on our board. They're all honorary people like me also. We work here honorary. We do not draw a salary, etc. So a nominal whatever honorarium is there, we draw. We don't even go to office 9 to 5. So we have a full-fledged team that does 9 to 5 work of about 60, 70 people are there all over India. We have got 6, 7 offices. So they keep doing the work there, and we are highly focused on building tomorrow's boards. We are an association of directors promoting good corporate governance. So
okay.
essentially, in the first place, we do the awareness about good governance. So our website, our magazine, that is there. People can read the magazine, download it, see it, spread it with people. Then we are an association. We invite people to become our members, and there are various benefits of being a member. Then we are a certification program that is called Masterclass for Directors. It's a 3-day program. And then we have a data bank. In the data bank, people who do our course, their CVs are put up on display for opportunities as independent director and non-executive directors. Next thing that we do is we do events and programs in Mumbai, Delhi, Bangalore, London, Dubai, Singapore, and London every year. So London, we have been doing a program for the last 15 years, and is also hosted at the House of Lords, with the British government hosting us for one dinner or lunch. Then similarly in Dubai also, we are hosted by the royal family. And in Singapore, the government support is not there, but we get good support from the other, big bankers and big organizations of Singapore. They all support us. So this is what we do. And then we have the Golden Peacock Awards to recognize good corporate governance. We select companies and we award them with our Golden Peacock Awards. And finally, we do the board evaluation also. So now the government is making it mandatory that all boards have to be evaluated, all boards have to be trained, and this has to be mentioned in their annual report. So therefore, this is a huge opportunity area. Moreover, the definition of stakeholders of business has changed. So earlier, the stakeholder was considered to be the guy and the person who was giving money. Now, the definition of stakeholder has changed from just investors to even employees, customers, suppliers, environment, society, government. So all these have become now the stakeholders, and company is answerable to all these people. The main reason being that in the good old days, government, the word governance was used only by the government. So only the government used to govern, and companies used to do the fair business practices, fairness in business. That was the definition. But now the world has changed. Companies have become bigger than the government, and government has become more professional than the
Hmm.
companies. So a company like Walmart has more employees than the population of a country like, say, Maldives, or a country like Malawi. in Africa, or Maldives next door about 3 lakh population, or Fiji has a population of just about 7 lakhs. So they have a employee base of more than that population, and their GDP of these countries is smaller than the turnover of this company.
Okay.
So Walmart has a turnover of $500 billion. So $500 billion is huge money. That's the kind of turnover that they have. Their market capitalization is of course very big, but that is how the business has become big. And how government is becoming professional. Now the government does not want to run MTNL. Government does not want to run uh, Air India. So government makes money by selling the spectrum. हवा को बेच दिया. So the airwaves only government has sold and made the money. And government has no liability of running a company. So that liability of running a company is with Vodafone, Reliance Communication. Those companies shut down, those owners go behind bars. Government is not worried. Similarly, for Air India, government doesn't want to run Air India. They just want to sell the landing right and takeoff rights so that they get their money. They don't even want to run the airport. They will give the airport to a private company to run and make money. So government has become professional and companies have become governing style. So this is what is the main reason. And for women also, there is huge opportunity because the diversity is a huge platform, and the Companies Act asked for one woman director. There are about 8,000 companies in India, listed companies. Other big companies are another 10,000 companies. So roughly about 20,000 companies need a woman director. Recently, government asked for women to register. You will be surprised, till date, only 4,000 women have registered against a possible opportunity for 20,000 women. Only 4,000 women have registered. And now government has made it mandatory that all listed company, they will have one women director. So you can't get a family lady to come and sit on the board with you. It has to be a professional lady. So even Reliance had to get Arundhati Bhattacharya, who's the former chairman of State Bank.
SBI.
She came on the board of Reliance. So that's how this is the world of Institute of Directors, the corporate governance, and the board of directors, where I'm right now engaged. And my personal passion is about board stewardship. So all about board stewardship, people who want to learn how to get to boards, how to enter a board, what to consider, because companies can create problems, and by overlooking and by oversight, somebody may join a wrong company. So the due diligence about these companies and explaining to people what kind of companies to join, which company not to join, is also an advisory that I give on a complimentary basis. So this is my purpose. So this is how I'm living. So do we have the right number of people, or we wait?
So I think, sir, we will start. And as I said, that today we have a lot of new people, quite a number of new people as well today. So good evening, everyone. Welcome to V's webinar series. Again, before we start, as usual, I would request you all to kindly mute yourself if you have not yet muted. I would like to welcome each of you. We have attendees from Mumbai, Kolkata, Bangalore, Pune, Delhi, and Jaipur. So thank you so much, each of you, for joining in today. So since, as I said, a couple of people who have come for the first time, let me tell you about we. And Vikesh, sir, you also must be not knowing much about we. We Women Entrepreneurs Enclave is a 2 years old organization. Today we are 5,000 plus women entrepreneurs in Mumbai, Delhi, Kolkata, Nagpur, Pune, Bangalore, Assam, and Singapore. So We do help women entrepreneurs through WhatsApp and Facebook groups. We promote women entrepreneurs. We also do a lot of awareness and motivational programs with our own members, celebrities, TEDx speakers, expert speakers from the corporate. We also launched recently We Online e-commerce platform where not only women, even men, everybody can enlist their products and sell them. They can sell this, they can enlist their services, they can enlist their training programs as well. We also have a group for men in business called E4BM, that is Enclave for Businessmen. So today, let's come to our topic today, building customer communities by extremely powerful and experienced speaker. Some of you have just joined in. He is from the corporate world, Mr. Vikesh Walia. So let me tell you, this completely interactive session. This is very. I mean, I would request everyone to be ready with your questions. Mr. Vikesh, I spoke to him today, and he said, "Tell people to be ready with the questions. We would like to make it interactive." So about Mr. Vikesh Walia, who for those who joined in recently, he is an MBA marketing, PGDM in media and entertainment by profession. He is a former director from Times of India Group, regional director, Institute of Directors, Mumbai, alumni watch at Wharton, Cranfield, ISB, certified director, IOD, MCA, IICA. He's he's a speaker at global conferences and many B schools as well. So, welcome, Mr. Vikesh Walia. We are extremely privileged to have you, sir. So, over to you, sir.
Okay, thank you very much, Jyotika, and thank you very much, Chaitali. Jyotika is my ex-colleague from Times of India days when she used to be our editor at Bombay Times, and we had some good time together at Times of India. And Chaitali, of course, I
Thank you,
must
sir.
have met her a couple of times because Abhijit is not only a good friend, but his elder
Oh,
brother
that's
used to
why
be.
I was wondering
Yeah, yeah,
that
yeah. So Abhijit's elder
I
brother.
have.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I
So
was just
Abhijit's
wondering,
elder
your
brother.
name is so familiar to me. And ना झूठी का भी लगे से कि चेतली जिनको भी मैं
And
मिलवाती
it
हूँ वहाँ
always
हमें ऐसे
happened.
कनेक्शन मिल जाता है.
Yeah. Then it always happened. It happened with Ranju Mohan also. She happens to
Okay.
know him as well. It always
No, no.
happens with her. She knows everyone.
Yeah, yeah.
Very
So
nice.
Abhijit's elder brother used to be my classmate in Kanpur from the
Oh,
Ramakrishna Mission days. And I used to
okay.
be in St. Francis, and he was at Ramakrishna Mission. And Abhijit was also at Ramakrishna Mission. So Abhijit was younger than us. So we used to, bully him as when possible, which is not possible now. But yeah, so Chaitali, I know she is heading the most star-studded Durga Puja of Mumbai. So thank you very much.
Sir, I'm not
I'm very happy.
hating and one of the part of it.
No, 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 no. It's indeed the most star-studded. Most of the film stars would only go there. Not possible for them to go elsewhere. So thank you very much. I'm very happy for all of you to be running this platform. This is very much needed, and we need many more women in every field, and entrepreneurship, business, and executives, and on board every level. We need more and more women. I personally take a lot of efforts in this direction. So there are few leadership counselings that I do for women, which are sponsored by the companies. So companies would ask me to do some mentoring for top leaders within their system. So I have to sign an agreement of confidentiality with them, and then do the grooming of these women. And so that is an area of work for me. Else, I have already explained to you what I do in my other life. So I work for Institute of Directors. I am also on the board of Council for Fair Business Practices, and I'm on the advisory board of a couple of smaller companies and some other businesses. Okay, so now here today we are about building customer communities. Okay, so what is this? What is this concept, and how to build your business with communities? So, what are communities? How to identify these communities, and how to build business with these communities. Within these communities, how to build this business and what are the business opportunities within this space and how people are benefiting. How people are benefiting is an example that I would like to start with, where this idea came to me, and that's how I'm developing this idea. So one of the ideas that came to me was from an ex-colleague. She was running an HR consultancy company, and she was struggling to get business. So I was an advisor on her company, and she invited me and she requested me to guide her business, that why she is not getting business. She used to live in Powai, and she used to work with me for a long time in the soaps and detergent company called Imperial Leather of UK. We used to work together. So she had been running this practice and she was not getting enough customers, enough clientele was not coming. As a matter of fact, her clientele was going away because she was not wanting to set up a huge practice, and she wanted to stay mid-size, and other companies, she used to capture a bigger company, that company would go to some other bigger consultancy company. So that was her problem. So solving that problem, I discussed with her and we identified that instead of focusing all over India clients and focusing on all over Mumbai client, she need to refocus. She need to reposition herself. So the repositioning that I gave her was, so there are various type of repositionings possible. She could have been a vertical expert, which are many HR consultancy companies are. There can be, level segmentation. So we deal only in top management. We deal only in mid management. But there is no HR agency which is going to provide you people only for a limited geography. So if Geetmala was sitting in, say, Powai, so she has to become an expert of Powai. And there are enough companies in Powai. And these companies, we identified that these companies are getting employees from Borivali, they are getting employees from Mira Road, they are getting employees from Navi Mumbai, and there is more churn than the retention of employees. So every time these companies are training these new recruits, they all leave in no time because commuting in Mumbai is very, very killing. So an IT company in Powai and an IT company in Navi Mumbai, to a person in Navi Mumbai, that is the attraction. And a Powai guy is traveling to BKC, a Powai person is traveling to Navi Mumbai, and a Navi Mumbai person is. So we decided to focus only on Powai. So between Powai and Chandivali, you will be surprised, there is nothing less than 500 to 600 bigger companies, 500 mid-sized companies, and another about 500 smaller companies. And these companies wanted employees. And when we told them that we will get them employees only from Powai. So now we are focusing on employees only from Powai, Chandivali, and from Andheri East. Once these people join a company in Powai, they never leave. They are available at a lesser salary and they stick to the company because they are very convenient. Within 15-20 minutes, we can reach the workplace. In the evening also, within half an hour, they are back. So this is what the idea started with, and now many people have started doing this, and more people are doing. And recently, again, when this COVID thing happened, another friend's daughter, she had just completed she was to complete her MBA in social media marketing in the month of, say, May or June, but she was almost ready for a job. So she says, I don't have work and I'm sitting at home. I said, why you don't have work? So she asked me, what can I do? I said, you do social media marketing for the smallest shopkeepers, because within this vicinity, there are about 200 shops. And out of 200 shops, only about 10, 12 shops used to do door delivery. Now the demand is such that people want everything to be delivered. They don't want to go out shopping. But these people do not know how to reach these customers who are living in high rises. So I explained to her that you just call up these people, make a sticker for them, and circulate that sticker within your societies. So just, you know, one society has got about 1,500 apartments. 1,500 apartments of an income of nothing less than average household income of these 1,500 apartments. The cost of these apartments is roughly about, say, 3 crores. So the average income is no less than 40 lakh rupees per annum. Do you know what does it mean? 40 lakh rupees per annum, 1,500 employees means a turnover of nothing less than 600 crores. That is the market size. The next door building is also 600 crores, because they are also same number of apartments, same number of flats. So if you look at it that way, there was a market of about 1,500 crore. This 1,500 crore market or 2,000 crore market totally, taking other mid-sized buildings, is like one small city market size. As I was telling you earlier, one company can be bigger than a country. So within these many societies, 10, 15 societies only, the market size is more than probably, you know, a smaller market like Sibsagar. Market size would be of that order in Assam, or probably, you know, if you're talking of Balia as a consumer market in UP, that market size will be less than this. So that is how she started working, and she contacted these shops and she charged them 1,000 rupees for making a sticker. And also every time they want that sticker to be circulated to number of societies, which she made deal with the societies, and she gave money to them that, okay, every time I use your platform to circulate this sticker, I will give you 100 rupees. So they used to get 100 rupees. Societies are happy. The smaller shopkeeper is happy. So everybody is happy. So this is how the communities, you know, can help build the business. So these two examples are the very recent and very live examples with me. Similarly, these can be, you know, developed for other areas. So what are communities? Communities are common interest group, something that they have to buy in common, a common need, a common hunger which is there. So that is how they become a community. How to identify these communities? Are these communities only within one small geography? No, they can be all over the world. You may have, you know, 20 people of similar interest in 10 countries. That makes your 200 customers. That's good enough for you to survive, depending upon what you want to do. So freelance is the biggest community in the world. So people who just want to do one-off work, they use freelancers. So freelance.com is the biggest such community. In this community, people give them work on one-time basis. Many times there is some guy sitting in Bangladesh, or there is a girl sitting in Burma or in Thailand who make my presentations. I just tell them this is what has to be done. I just send them a script. They'll make a presentation and they'll charge me $100, $50. That's it. I don't have to explain them much. They are really good people. So that's how, you know, the communities can be within your immediate geography. They can be within the country, they can be within, a state, they can be across the countries. So communities can be all over. Now, what kind of businesses can be built? What is the opportunity? What kind of businesses are possible in this space? So there are a couple of businesses which are very much possible, and these businesses belong to food category, they belong to financial products, they belong to HR services, as I told you, they belong to housekeeping, they belong to salons, they belong to media services, they belong to content and social media. So there are a number of activities which are possible. Coming to food, if I tell you, food opportunity can be divided in three parts. Number one is a diet food, number two is a dabba food, and number three is the fresh cut vegetable category. So dabba category is highly competitive and lots of people are doing that. Okay, now you have to identify a new community of people who are diet conscious, who have a scripted diet from a dietitian, connect with the dietitian, work with the dietitian. So wherever dietitians customers are there, they are your customers. So that is your community, dietitians community, because dietitian recommends and then dietitian is not happy seeing that this guy, I had given him this diet and he is not following. He says, no, it's not possible. My wife is working, she goes places. We have the cook at home who cannot cook this diet. So I can't lose weight. So then what to do? Then she has to order food from elsewhere. Nobody can deliver. So each dietitian can be a source of huge income to one particular person who will service those diets and those foods. So they can be a common. So this is how a community of diet conscious food is created, which is also there. Many people are already doing it. It's not very new. So what is new possibility in this category? So this third category, which is fresh cut vegetables, that's a new category. So what you have is that instead of cooking the food fully, you only provide the necessary ingredient and the freshly cut. So suppose if this is somebody is ordering say aloo matar, so freshly cut potatoes and freshly cut peas will be delivered. Whatever is the requirement, whatever are the ingredients, those ingredients will be put in small sachets like the Pizza Hut sachet or the Domino sachets, that size of sachets, including the oil, including everything, and that can easily be sold for 150 rupees to 200 rupees. Why? Because people want to cook themselves. Earlier, people used to order from restaurants, but then they quickly realized that restaurant food is too oily, is too unhealthy to be consumed every day. So get freshly cut and in right amount of quantities. So for one plate, whatever amount of oil has to be put, whatever amount of salt has to be put, whatever amount of spices have to be put, all those spices will be there. If it is somebody wants to make broccoli, somebody wants to make cauliflower, so freshly cut cauliflower with peas or cauliflower with potatoes. So you have on different days different menus which you can circulate within your own community. So again, that community is large housing societies or large geographies, but not too far away. So it will be immediately delivered and people draw immense satisfaction from such freshly cooked food themselves. They don't trust that a dabbawali who is giving them food is that very hygienic food. They don't trust them as much. So it's a huge opportunity. And if I tell you that what is the size of this opportunity and what size of company can be created out of this, you will be surprised. In America, there is a company called Blue Ribbon, and that company does a business of $1 billion, 8,000 crores, 7,000 crores is the turnover of a company that gives freshly cut fruit for vegetables to be cooked immediately. So on different days, they have got different plans. Someday mushroom, someday paneer, someday tofu, someday something else. So different days are there, and one company is having a turnover of 7,000 crore. This company was created by people like all other companies. You know, these companies, every company, every business starts small. You must have heard the name of a company called Procter and Gamble. So Procter and Gamble is a company which started as what? It started as a candle manufacturing company. It was not born. No one is born 5 feet. Everybody is born in 6 to 8 pounds, 10 pounds. Every person, I was born 8, 10 pounds. You might have been born as, 5 pounds, 6 pounds, or 8 pounds, whatever it is. So, and everybody is less than, a very, very tiny size, and we all grow up. As human beings grow up, businesses also grow up. We all become 5 feet, and that's fine. So business also happens the same way. There is no business. Nirma as a company was not born as a 1,000 crore company. It was a few 100 rupees companies selling out of a bicycle. Chic shampoo company that we hear so much of was born out of a small household. So these are all the things, that happen. So in food categories, this is a huge opportunity which you can explore. And if you want any further development on this, I can help you. Ice cream is a huge opportunity area. Normally, people don't consider ice cream as a big opportunity. Jyotika will recall that I used to have an executive assistant who was an engineer and an MBA from Jamnalal Bajaj. That boy today runs a small ice cream company. So what is his ice cream company? His ice cream company is not exotic global flavors. His ice cream company is made up of only the very, very local flavor. So what can be the local flavor in ice cream? People can't imagine. Gur is a local flavor. An ice cream which is made out of gur. An ice cream which is made out of, the flavor is of til gur. So an ice cream of til gur or similar, flavors we produce, and you will be surprised that these are delivered to a couple of restaurants, and those restaurants are very happy because they can charge premium on these ice creams. So he does a very small manufacturing. I'm not telling you about putting up a plant of 200 crores or 50 crores or 10 crores. This plant, this size of manufacturing ice cream can be done in a couple of lakhs of rupees, or even at home. So these are the opportunities with fresh paneer and ice cream, with fresh paneer, with threads of shredded paneer is there in the ice cream. So all these things are very, very limited quantity for a limited community. So he is serving only 5-6 restaurants. Chain he has identified, he gives them, and he is very happy. Then comes the opportunity in financial products. Financial products is a huge opportunity area, investments and insurance. Here again, if you will see, whatever areas all of you are living, we are all living. Those communities have got, 2-3,000 people. If we can identify a group of just 2-3,000 people and do focused targeted marketing by inviting them for a little get together, giving them some common interest event. Today, of course, events are not possible, and due course events will be possible. So investment is a huge opportunity. So if I'm living in a society which is surrounded by people and who have an income of say about 2-3,000 people, again with an income base of something like 40 lakhs, you are talking about 100 crores of income, and they have to save how much? They necessarily have to save 20 crores per annum. And who do they trust? They end up trusting unknown people, advertising, and get misguided. If somebody trusted within the community, within easy reach is available for discussion, they would rather trust him more. Insurance is a huge product. Medical insurance is a huge product. Life insurance is a huge product. So these product categories have huge opportunity within a given community. HR services, I have already explained to you. Housekeeping is another big opportunity. If a company like Urban Clap can do this, okay, why can't my wife do this? What does she need for this? You know how many households she needs? She needs only 25. Or maximum she needs is 50 households. That's it. How? All that my wife has to do is that she has to have, like, a supervisor of Urban Clap comes with 1 or 2 persons, get the cleaning done in 1 hour's time. You just go and get it done in somebody's house. It's like professional housekeeping in a hotel. You go to somebody's house, people trust you, they believe you more because they know that you are next door, instead of allowing unknown people inside the home. So all that she has to do is she has to take 2 girls with her in 1 hour's time, do the complete housekeeping of the house in once a week for 1,000 rupees. That's all. So maybe the same household once a week, or probably one household once a month, depending upon whatever the opportunity size is. So ideally, keep it to 1,000 rupees a week, because then you get good households and people who understand and they have sizable 3-bedroom house and all that. So focus on that category. So if that happens, then what happens? One household gives you 4,000 rupees and 20 households will give you how much? So all that you can do is 1 hour, 6 households in 6 hours of working, and weekend. This job can only be done on a Saturday, Sunday. So 12 households, 4,000 rupees a month. You are talking about 50,000 rupees income. If not 12 households, suppose some household wants it once a fortnight, somebody wants once in a month, then you are talking about, say, probably 100 households. 100 household, 50,000 rupees a month is a net gross income. All that she needs is 2 girls helping her. On a weekend basis, she has to give them 10,000 rupees a month. So if she gives 2 girls 10,000 rupees a month, she can easily pocket 30,000 rupees a month by working only for 2 days, 6 hours only, and within a small vicinity. So depending upon the profile of the person, the opportunity can be there. Similar opportunity can be there for a salon, because that is also a regular weekly service people require, monthly service that people require for their personal upkeep, One is the housekeeping, other is the personal upkeep. So people need a personal upkeep once a month, once a week. That is also an income of similar size. So if you have the same household, once for housekeeping, once for personal upkeep. So within the same universe, you are making 1 lakh rupees. So imagine 50,000 rupees, 6 lakh rupees per annum, working only twice a week, only for 6 hours, without conveyance, without transport, without anything. So these are, similarly, the media services are there. People can do, there is huge opportunity in content these days. People need to write, people need to do. So all these opportunities are there, but for them, you have to create a community. So basis this community, all these opportunities can be exploited, and making, money of the order of, say, 50,000, 70,000 rupees, and then make it grow, then multiply it, then make one of those girls as a supervisor and pick up another 2 sets of house. Another weekend, you are expanding. So if you create, 4 to 6 such supervisors, so the frontline person is taking 10,000 rupees, this person takes 20,000 rupees, you make 20,000 rupees from one supervisor. So over a period of time, you get about, say, 4 supervisors, you are talking of making 1 lakh rupees a month. And you can multiply it. So you can make this business grow. Housekeeping is a huge opportunity area. It is not possible for people to do it themselves. It's not possible for people to trust these, the maids who come, because they cannot deliver quality work. A 5-star kind of housekeeping cannot be delivered by these housemaids, because they do not know what is a 5-star living. So these are all the, business opportunities that can be created out of a smaller community identifying. So this is all that I wanted to share with you about these opportunities and how these businesses can become bigger. Urban Clap is a business which is sizable, is running into thousands of crores. So let me close this now and take your questions, and then respond to whatever you have in your mind and what is your bug. If you have a bug, please share with me, and you're most welcome to come back later also to me.
Yes.
You might be having a different type of business. Okay.
Yes, please write your questions on the chat box. We will take up one by one. And this is a great opportunity to learn from Mr. Vikesh. And I would request whatever questions you have, please ask him, because when we listen to his experience, this will be really, really great. I mean, it will be really very useful for us. And can I see the videos of all, please?
Yeah, I can see some compliments coming about nice
Superb concept of
concept of
cutting
cut
cut
vegetables.
vegetables. Sir,
Something
could
about the
you
kids.
please tell me something about kids industry? Miss Aruna is asking this.
Yeah, so for children, again, it's a huge opportunity today. It's a huge opportunity. So if one can only, talk in terms of music. So if you have a music teacher, engage a music teacher, you can do online classes today, and all that is very much possible. So get one good teacher and do the online classes. Any craft, any technology that can be taught to children, very much possible. You can ask children to produce products, make art, sell that art. That's a huge area.
Yeah. Amisha is asking if I am in diamond industry and I am into jewelry business, so how to get clients? even though they are since last 99 years old company.
Yeah. So why, you see, this question is a little peculiar to me. Good question. But what happens is, in 100 years, you have created a clientele base. So you have created a community. So people who have bought over these years, diamonds are one such thing which are bought basis word of mouth. So there is something that you need to introspect for yourself, that why your customers of 99 years are not recommending your shop, your business. There is something that you need to improve in your quality, in your service, which needs to be corrected. Otherwise, if for 99 years you have been selling to people, they will very happily recommend your product. Why they are not recommending, why they are not sending customers to you, why the word of mouth is not there. So one of these two things is surely calling for improvement, either through quality or through service. What you can do for them is, you can create, a very, they like to be confidential, so you cannot create an open social forum for them, but you can, connect on one-to-one basis with them through digital media, and revive a connectivity. 99 years is too much time. 100-year-old company either has to be relaunched.
Yeah.
Probably all your customers are not there, like, in different businesses, certain age group people, people don't buy diamonds after the age of, say, 60, 70. They would like to buy at the age of 40, 45, or 50. That is the age group to buy the diamonds. So probably your customers are not there in that age group. So you need to relaunch your business,
Yeah.
your brand, your business. It has to be relaunched.
Thank you.
Okay.
So, now the question is from Jutika. She is asking, due to this lockdown, there are almost jobless. The creative talents are almost jobless. So, what are the alternative ways for them?
Self-employment, self-preneurship. So entrepreneurship is of 4, 5 levels. So it is of self-preneurship. It is called PICO. So there is nano micro entrepreneurship. There is micro. There is small, and similarly there is a PICO level. PICO is the size smaller than nano. So nano is more than one person. PICO is just one person, an entrepreneur by himself. So it's a one-man shop. Even Government of India has not allowed one-man companies. So it can be a proper company. One person name can be a company. So they have to identify those opportunities for these creative people, writing stories, creating artwork, teaching creative writing. These are all the opportunities. If somebody is creative, then the arts can be taught, creative arts can be taught, and they need to use the social media effectively, and the whole lot of opportunities available. We are all so lucky and fortunate people that we all have a roof over our head. We have little money to buy food,
Yeah.
and bigger than that, God has given us ability to make money sitting home.
Yes, that's
And
true.
fortunately, our bodies are not failing us. We are managing our bodies well, so
Yes.
there is no bodies failing. Okay, we know what is a good discipline and all that, so we fall in that category of people. We are not the people who are lethargic, who will not do, who don't want to learn. So
Yeah.
creative people have huge opportunity. You will be surprised, Jyotika, that the entire television industry has wasted an opportunity. All that they needed to do, that you know what they were doing foolishly? They were all running the recycled episodes.
Yes.
What they could have done? They could have simply done a Zoom. They could have announced a contest for singing, for dancing, for instruments. They could have created anything. They could have created a contest for 5 minutes drama theater at home. So they
Okay,
could
the
have
real
done all
life
that.
program.
Yeah, live program they could have done.
The
What
real
is
life.
the need? Yeah. So real life. So somebody from slum would have been singing, and that would have been far more, money spinner than bringing a slum guy into the stage with good clothing and good environment. You let him sing from his slum. Let him sing from his dirty environment. Doesn't matter.
The
That is
TRP would have been
a mystery.
increased actually.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
So this is the creativity of creative people, which they have not
Thank you.
been able to avail, and they have wasted. They could have done short films. Nothing prevented them. Solo acts are so many.
Yes, thank you, sir.
Or they could have recreate the dialogues of Sai Baba or say XYZ serial, her dialogues you redo. So all that bigger industry has failed, I would say.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. So we have Mayuri. She's asking. She's into apparel industry. Apparel industry. After COVID situation, my brick and mortar has been adversely affected. How do you suggest I go ahead in this situation?
Yeah. So of certain industries, apparel industry also will have to go slow. The opportunities here, frankly speaking, I can't see as many, because when people are not going out for 3 months, the wear and tear of clothes of 3 months is the loss of the industry. So you will have to prepare yourself for better times, and identify what is the customer profile you have, and what would they do after the COVID is over. So be prepared for that, because apparel industry is a factor of people socializing. If people are not socializing, like there is a loss of wear and tear of, say, tires. If the vehicles have not gone on the road, the tire wear and tear will not be there. There is nothing that you can do. So clothes are also like tires. Clothes are also like fuel. That fuel has not been sold. You cannot sell extra fuel. So you will have to be prepared for future, and you will have to identify your target groups and be better prepared for that.
So Vikesh sir, I would like to share one example of one of my entrepreneur today. She was into Jaipuri Ghagra Choli, and during this lockdown, she shifted herself to home pajamas,
Yeah, that is an opportunity.
and she is really doing good in that.
Yeah, it reminds me, this I missed out, because Page Industry, Page Industries?
Pager or page?
Page. Page
Page.
Industry is the big.
It's a garment industry, right?
You are right.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
so right, you are Bhagirashmi.
Yeah.
That company stock has zoomed up like anything, because it is an inner wear company. Jockey is their brand.
Yes.
Yeah.
So jockey is selling like anything today.
Correct.
So instead of formals, people are buying more and more casuals
Yeah.
and home wear. Chaitali is a better consultant than me.
I know, sir. Okay, so Shweta Prabha, she's from Pune. She's asking, Sir, I am into education. I take online mathematics classes with specialized courses and one-on-one classes. I find very few takers. What should be my approach?
Community, you have to identify. You have to identify within your vicinity, within your network, and outside your immediate vicinity also you can identify people, and you can do some social media marketing with them and attract them. That's the way it has to be done.
Yes, sir, I am doing that, and I had run like contests for the 2-3 months. I've run contests, and I have like roughly 50-55 leads, but none of them are enrolling with me. So I somehow feel that they are more into the free stuff because I share puzzles and
No,
all.
no, that is the general tendency of people.
General
But
tendency.
you know what happens is the only
How
reason
to
this would
convert
happen
them?
is when you have a good product and it is not selling,
Yeah.
that means you are not reaching the right people.
That's what I want to know, whether there's a problem in my approach
No, no, no. Your
or
product, you have to either improve your product. That means the type of people who are coming to you, who you can attract, you don't have a product for
okay.
them. So
No,
either
no,
you
they
really
are
have to,
like every week, every day they are asking me for stuff, but they are not ready to pay for it.
That's what, no? The targeting.
That
They
is
do
they will
not.
not value. That means they
yes,
can't
that
see the value.
yeah.
People will happily
So,
pay anything. There is nothing cheap and costly and free. There is only a value equation. So what we
Yes.
get free has no value.
Has
Very
no
We
true.
like
value
to think
exactly.
Very true.
we can't
Very
see a
true.
value of it.
Yeah, if I'm actually associated with QMath, and it has put up 3-4 chapters that have been put up free for 1 month. So people are like sleeping for like taking advantage of that for 1 month, and after 1 month, like if we ask them, so they're not even ready to take a free demo or anything. That no, we are not interested right now.
No,
That
you
kind
only
of
have to
thing.
increase your
So
sampling
there's
base.
very
You have to increase your sampling base because
okay.
the conversion from free sampling is very low. You know, even if we are in a company like Brook Bond or a company like Nestle, they do, you know, a new flavor testing at the
Yeah.
malls with so many people. After lakhs of people, all they get is few thousand customers.
Yes.
Yeah. So you should not lose heart. Stay focused. If you think that people are coming to you, that means
Yeah.
you have something good. Stay
Okay.
focused. Keep doing more of it.
Thank
I think you will succeed. There is
thank
nothing
you,
no
sir. Thanks a
stopping to
lot for
you.
the motivation. I really needed it. Thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah. You see, lakhs of people have to be. What is the sampling conversion we get in our business?
Hmm.
Even for a newspaper, you know, in times of India, we used to do sampling of
Yes,
so much
yes,
and
I
so.
remember.
The conversion is very low.
Very
Conversion
low.
is very low. Like we do, even I promote our master classes for institute or directors, where the conversion rate is very high because we deal with senior people, but
Hmm.
still the conversion is not as much.
Very nice. Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Shweta. Thank you, sir.
Welcome, ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah. So we have Amisha. She is actually just saying she's appreciating. She says, "Sir, I really have passion of chopping vegetables and really loved your idea of housekeeping. Thank you, sir." So
Oh, thank
there's a
you. Thank
question
you.
from Chaitali Pathak from Pune. She's asking, planning to jump into school clothing dealerships. How do I identify the customer in this pandemic?
How do you identify? So obviously the school clothing is for particular schools. If you have the relationship, because this is a very
Niche market.
difficult
Niche.
equation to establish. It's a huge business opportunity because if you get one school once, it is there for lifelong. So school clothing dealerships, you mean to say you are manufacturing and you want to appoint dealer, or you want to take dealership?
So I want to take a dealership. One of my friends owns a factory, so was planning before the pandemic hit. We were just planning that we should jump into it, and we started like we wanted to made a list and all to approach the schools, and just the pandemic happened, and then everything is delayed now. So right now the situation is like, how do I figure it out now?
Now, mostly, this is a annual affair. So this year is gone, kind
Okay,
of a
yeah,
thing. Okay. So because all the schools will buy the uniforms only at a fixed time of the year.
yeah,
So you will have to do a lot of homework, not with the school principals, but with the trustees and that profile people, because they use the opportunity for business purpose. So you will have to find an equation with one or two such schools. Try to be in the periphery instead of the reaching the old schools, because they already have an arrangement in place. So try to reach in the periphery of Pune, say about 15 kilometers, 20 kilometers away from the city, but
okay,
within Pune. So just identify 10, 12 such schools, 20 such schools, and keep visiting them throughout the year.
okay,
Because when will be the decision taken about the uniform? The decision will be taken next year in February,
right,
January, February. Who to allot the work?
right,
So you will have to give them samples, and probably give them few samples, or uh, win them over a period of time. And you can give them free sample, that okay, I'll give you 5 sets of dresses free, 10 sets of dresses free. You can give it to these students. We will take back their dresses and let them use our dress, and you compare the wear and tear, the quality and the comfort that, and the fitting that we give. So you can identify 10, 12 schools and try to explain to the trustees that you can give our 5 sets of dresses to 5 students, and you can you know check with them their comfort and the comfort of other people. Obviously, people who will get free dresses, they will say very good, in the hope of getting more free. So the trustees will not be able to say anything. So you can do some survey and give it back to them, that you see, we spoke to 20 people who were using the earlier uniform and our uniform. But this is a long drawn process. It cannot happen instantly.
yeah, right.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Wish you all
Thank
the
you.
best. Yeah. Wish
Thank
you
you,
all the
Thank
best.
Chitali.
you. Yeah.
So we have Aruna. Aruna, can we please see you? Can you please switch on your video? She's writing, you are really superb, sir. Thank you so much for giving your time to us.
Chaitanya, I'm not able to log in this video
Okay.
actually. I'm in my night dress actually.
So she's saying, sir, could you tell me how much we can spend money on advertising for small scale business?
Well, it all depends on the type of business. There is nothing called advertising. What is the size of business? What is the type of business? It's a factor of all that. It all depends. What is the product profile? What is the customer profile? And what do you mean by advertising? So in most of the smaller businesses, there is no advertising. It is only promotion and it is
Yeah.
interaction.
True, very true.
So say if you are creating a customer base for say an investment product, then all that you need to do is that you need to invite people for a weekly or for a monthly some tea and coffee session at your nearby club or within your society. You can invite people for socializing, some tea, coffee. So that is the cost over a period of 1 year. If you keep doing that to about 15, 20 people, you may get about 10 customers. So if you have a target of say 15, 20 people, as you can see that, whatever is your member base is how much? 3,000, 5,000, how much? Chedali, for
Yeah.
VE, what?
So right
5,000
now I'm just
5,000
yeah.
5,000 plus.
Pardon, how much?
5,000 plus.
5,000 plus.
Yeah.
So when you invite people for this platform, only about 30, 40 people turn up.
See how it is when we invite people.
No. So
Registrations.
different type of people will
Yeah.
keep coming every time.
Yes,
It is
every time
not
different,
possible.
and 70
Yeah.
to 80 registrations we get, and
Yeah.
30, 35 people joining. This is
No,
what.
there's nothing wrong. This is how it happens. This is the
Yes.
model. This
Yeah.
is the model. So very few people will always keep coming. If they have
Yes.
no
There
administration
are.
responsibilities, they would randomly come.
Yes.
So they will keep coming randomly over a period of time. You will increase your base, then you will get probably you will get 100, 200 people who would regularly come to understand the fundamentals of business, fundamentals of entrepreneurship. Today, most of the people come in the hope that I will come, listen to this session, and tomorrow morning I will make some money out of it. Not possible. It's not instant. It takes time. So you have to understand the fundamentals of entrepreneurship, fundamentals of business and commerce. So similarly, for all these things that you are talking about, there also you will have to keep doing sampling and it will take time.
So let me tell you, before the lockdown, we were 3,100, and in last 3 months, we have crossed 5,000.
Very good.
So
Very
that
good.
means women has taken up entrepreneurship very seriously. Only the thing they have to, have that, they need that energy to start. That is very important.
No, all that will happen. Even, if you can convert out of these 500 people, you can convert 200, 300 people into good businesses. It's a huge achievement.
Yeah.
It's a huge achievement. You can imagine, a candle company becoming Procter & Gamble. Procter & Gamble today turnover is 60, 70 billion dollars. It started as a candle manufacturing company. This Blue Ribbon company that I was talking to you about is a freshly cut vegetables. So they deliver in a dish. Dish meaning in one small pack with everything. So suppose if I want to cook pasta, so me and my wife, 2 persons at home, if we buy a bottle of olive oil, we can't finish in 1 month's time. It's a waste. It won't even get over in 3 months' time. We'll buy a whole lot of pasta. We'll buy all ingredients which we'll not be able to use. Pasta is a one-time eat for us. Once in a month or once in 3 months or 2 months. So if we can order something which gives us exact ingredient, which we cook ourselves, feel fully satisfied that it is fresh, we have seen it and we know it. And the greatest satisfaction is of cooking it yourself. So like we have Dabba service here in America, this freshly cut vegetables delivered home is their way of making this business. Okay, so we have some more time or we are?
We do have time, but we don't have any questions. People have just, there are people who said thanks. There are a lot of people who are appreciating.
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
would also like to tell you, sir, we started on this online sessions in the month of May. And we did around 6 sessions in the month of May. And this Sunday, we did 7 sessions throughout the day. We celebrated International Yoga Day, Health and Beauty Conclave. We had 7 different sessions throughout the day last Sunday. So we have, I've seen lessons last 2 months. the after every event, after every day we are getting hundreds of registrations now.
Fantastic. Fantastic.
Yes. So that's but I just feel, we have to be consistent. We have to keep on doing it
That's
without
the
any
only
expectation.
thing.
Yes,
Do
without
the
any
right
expectation.
thing, do it right way, and keep doing it. That is the success mantra. Okay. All the best, friends. Thank you very much. If you'll allow me to leave.
Thank you so much, sir, for your valuable time, and we are really privileged. Thank you once again, and hope that
Thank
hope to
you.
another session with more than 100 people. That's my target.
Ah, lovely, 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 lovely. Keep it up.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so
Okay.
much.
All
Thank
the
you so
best.
much, sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Bye.
Thank you.
Before leaving, I would request all the ladies, please, switch on your video and let's have our V picture. Ladies, let's have our V pic.
Yeah, sure.
Please switch on your videos.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Thank you so much for joining in. So there are a lot of events coming up. Let me tell you, on 19th of July, remember 19th July, we are having online exhibition. So there
Okay.
are 100 participants in that. Throughout the day, we will be having this online exhibition. If you really want to join in, this is very big opportunity for you all, and I will also be inviting some celebrities also that day. So we will be having so people into products, take this opportunity, come for this event, and yes, you will be showing your products to everybody. We will make videos as well of yours. Okay. So,
Yeah.
and there are more programs coming up, so we will be in touch. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Chaitali. Thank you so much. Yeah. Thank you, Chaitali. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Chaitanya.
Thank
Thanks
you.
a lot
Thank
for
you
this
so much.
amazing webinar.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.